What's going on, everyone? Bobbybarks here, and welcome back to episode 4, season 4 of my Director of Football Challenge here on FM24. Ruud Van Nistelrooy is still our head coach, and we've decided to give him another season after he won the UEFA Europa League. Despite finishing 6th in the Premier League, I think I've managed to reinforce his squad and give him some world-class talent and experience. So, the signing that we wanted to make, we made just before the season changed over. Bukayo Saka from Arsenal joined us for £86 million. Arsenal wanted rid, he wanted out. It was between us and PSG, and we managed to do the deal. So he joins us for £86 million. Then when the season's moved over, I've done quite a bit of business on free transfers from Saudi Arabia. So Laporte, Ruben Neves, Fabinho, Gabri Veiga, Frank Kessie and Andreas Christensen were all available at the end of their contracts. I obliged and took them all. And in terms of outs, we haven't really had anyone significant. The only two to point out is Anthony, who went to Atalanta for £8.5 million. Not a lot of money. Thought I might have got more for him. And Radek Vitek went to Monterrey for up to £12 million. All the rest are either reserve players or loanees that have gone out. The notable loan is, of course, Oscar Glauc, gone to Newcastle for the season on loan, and Paul Warner has gone to Ipswich on loan. But other than that, nothing really significant. So this is how he's potentially going to line up. I've just put a formation together based on what his preference is, and I've done the pick best 11. So I'm assuming it'll be very similar to this in terms of how he goes. Restes is probably going to be his first choice goalkeeper. I'll be surprised if not. He's got two options at right back in Coyote and Fresneda. He's got two options at left back in terms of Hernandez and Barco. I think he's probably going to go with Hernandez. I don't think Barco's going to get much game time, but he's there as a able backup, fabulous deputy for that position. Laporte can also play left back, but we've got him at centre back at the minute with Scalvini. But obviously there's Diamandi and Christensen there as well, and Antonio Silva. So he's blessed with options in defence. In terms of midfield, I think he'll go with Fabinho, Kessie and Mount. Mount's been tried and tested throughout this save. He's been very good for whichever manager's been in charge. Kessie and Fabinho both come in, world-class talents. I'm sure they can improve that centre midfield, which is where we've been struggling. And we also brought in Ruben Neves that can come in and do a job in either Kessie or Mount's position. We've still got the likes of Sattelberger, Pizarro kicking around. In terms of the wings, Saka's surely going to take up that right-hand side of the front three. Rashford will probably keep his position on the left, but Garnacho will be there pushing. And then obviously he's got Højlund or Ferguson as options up top. So all in all, it's a very good team. You can see at the bottom there, he's still got the likes of Arda Güler, Kobe Mainu, Rooney Barge, all players that can come in and do a job. He's got a very good squad. He should be challenging for the title with this squad now, surely. I can't think of where you can improve it. I know some of these might just be one-off seasons like your Laportes and Fabinho's. Kessie, I think, has got a 2 or 3 year contract. But Fabinho and Laporte, I think, are either here for just 1 or 2 years. But, you know, he should be pushing. He should be very, very pushing. I mean, that front three, got Ferguson and Garnacho that can come in here. Rooney Barge can come in here. You know, it's title winning, it's European challenging front three. So we're going into season 4 now. So the likes of Garnacho and Højlund, even Rooney Barge are at that level that should be challenging. It's got. I know I've said it before, but surely there's no excuses now. Surely. So let's jump forward to January, see how he's done in the first half of the season, and then we'll reassess it. So he's second in the table. He's actually doing really well. This is the best that we've been doing in this Director of Football save. We're challenging up there with Manchester City, albeit with 5 points behind. So it's going to be difficult to catch them. But I'm pretty pleased with how things are going. Let's have a look at who we've lost to. So we lost away at Villa and Liverpool. He's lost at home to Chelsea. And 3 draws away at Southampton, away at Palace, a home draw at Man City. That could be the defining moment, couldn't it? Because I'm assuming we've got to go to Manchester City at some point where we'll need to take all 3 points, I think, if we're to realistically try and win the league. But yeah, it's an improvement, a vast improvement on where we've been in the last 3 years. So in terms of the squad then, Saka's only got 9 goal contributions in 18, but Evan Ferguson scored 15 in 17. It looks like he's been leading the line pretty comfortably. Rashford's doing alright. Frank Kessie's coming and started doing a job, which is good. And then the other players there, Mainu, Neves, Pizarro, look like they've been coming in and doing odd bits here and there. Restes has been number 1 goalkeeper. I'm a bit surprised there's not more players over and above the 7 average rating. We've only got 4 there in greens. I mean, the rest aren't far off. It's not like they're playing badly. They're just not playing at that next level that I'm kind of used to my teams playing at. And I know it's difficult sat here watching Van Nistelrooy pick the team and the tactic. So that's the idea of the challenge, you know. It's frustrating to sit back and watch it. So we'll keep going and see how things progress. Let's just have a quick look at Champions League and the Carabao Cup. Well, in terms of the League Cup, we went out in the quarter-final stage with penalties against Tottenham, and we were at home, which was disappointing. Beat Brentford and Notts County, which isn't too bad. Neymar's at Brentford, by the way, which is a bit odd. And Julian Nagelsmann is the manager of Burnley. So, yeah, disappointing to go out. I thought it were a competition we could try and win, and, you know, going out at home is also a bitter pill to swallow. Good grief, he needs to win these last 2 games. Oh, that is horrendous. I know we've beaten Leipzig at home, but we've lost away to Barcelona and Ajax, and lost away to Young Boys. Drawn at home to Paris, which, okay, but then drawing away to Rennes. My God, he's had a terrible... Let's have a look where we are in the league. We're right down there in 31st. Only won 1 game out of the 6. He needs to win these next 2 games. Otherwise, we're not going to go through to the next round. And that will be unacceptable for the team he's got. Alright, let's jump forward to the end of the January transfer window. We'll have a look if we've managed to do any other business. We are struggling a little bit with the finances. We'll see if we've been able to do any other business and see whether we qualified the round of 16, or at least the qualifiers. Well, in terms of the league table, we're now just 3 points behind, but Man City do have a game in hand, so that it could go to 6 points, bearing in mind it were 5 at the start of the month. Before I forget, some of you might have been directed here from Bood FM. He gave me a bit of a shout out on his channel a couple of videos ago. I really appreciate that from Bood. I've been friends with Bood for a few years. He's a great guy, and some of you will know that I've been helping him out with some of his videos. So his Road to Anywhere series, I've been playing the Agent Smith, which has been a lot of fun, absolutely silly and stupid, and when I'm recording these things I feel like a bit of a fool, but I've really enjoyed doing it. So if you've not been directed here from Bood, please go check out his channel. Please go check out the Road to Anywhere series. I'll put a link to the videos that I'm in so that you can go see me acting stupid in some of his videos. So I'll put those link in the video descriptions. Those links in the video description below. So anyway, back to this series. Thanks, Bood. Back to this series. Let's have a look if we managed to get through the Champions League. So we won both the games that we needed to win, which meant that we've qualified. The downside to that is that we're playing Atletico Madrid, in the playoff round, which is going to be very difficult. He's struggled against bigger sides, hasn't he, as good old Ruud. Fortunate to get the wins against Valencia and Leipzig, I think, because the defeat to Young Boys is just terrible. So having to go to Atletico Madrid, and you can see the away form there. I know we've played Barcelona and Ajax, but drawing away at Rennes, losing away at Young Boys, going to Atletico Madrid, I think is going to be difficult. I'll be surprised if we get through. But you never know. Ruud might come up trumps. We'll have to just see how he gets on. And in terms of the FA Cup, we're through to the 5th round. We've got a home draw against Fulham. So that's quite fortunate for us as well. It's the only domestic cup competition we're left in. Obviously went out in the Carabao Cup. And I think the league is going to be too much of a stretch for us to try and win it. Man City need to slip up, and that's a lot to hope for. Well, in terms of the ins and outs, we did manage to bring in a player, Matthijs de Ligt, another centre-back that we brought in. And the reason why I brought him in is because we made a hell of a lot of money from the 2 freebies that we signed in the summer. So Ruben Neves and Andreas Christiansen, who weren't playing, who I brought in for free, managed to generate 115 million from. So I spent 83 of that on de Ligt, which is another centre-back, another world-class centre-back that I'm hoping will help plug some of those gaps that we've got at the back. So let's now have a look at the team that we expect him to go play. So this is how I'm expecting him to line up. It's exactly the same as before, except de Ligt has come in for Laporte. So, yeah, come on, Ruud. Come on. You need to bring some silverware, don't you? It's going to be very disappointing if we come away from this season empty-handed, given the players that we've brought in. We've brought in 2 world-class talents in Saka and de Ligt. We brought in 2 other very experienced winners in Kessie and Fabinho. So we need to start delivering, mate. We need to start delivering. Okay, so I'm going to jump forward now to the end of the season, and let's see whether Ruud Van Nistelrooy was able to deliver. He missed out by 3 points. Oh, so disappointing. We didn't actually lose to Man City away. I mean, that home defeat to Chelsea, I know they've finished 3rd, they've got a good side, but that's cost us, I think. So he's not actually done too bad in the league. There's too many points that we've dropped at home to teams we should beat. Leicester and Everton. Leicester's down there near the relegation zone. Everton's in the bottom half. Who else did we drop points to? Obviously we drew with Man City home and away. Southampton. No, they finished in a Europa League spot, so we'll let them off. Newcastle have finished mid-table. They're a decent side, aren't they? Crystal Palace finished down here. Relegation zone, so we've drawn with Crystal Palace and Leicester, who finished 16th and 17th. That's 4 points, isn't it, that we've dropped against them. Man City drew a hell of a lot of games though in the end. We're on 10. So we both won the same amount of games. We just lost the games that they drew. So not bad. But how did he do in the cup competitions? He won the FA Cup. He won the FA Cup. 2-1 at home to Fulham, 7-1 at home to Stockport, as you'd expect. Tottenham, who knocked us out of the League Cup. We got revenge. We beat them after extra time. 3-2. And look at those goals as well. 94th minute equaliser took us to extra time. And then Rashford scored in the 92nd minute. Nkunku was then sent off in the cup final. That is unbelievable. Yeah, Garnacho scored in the 90th minute to take it to extra time. Got some late equalisers there, didn't we, to take it into extra time. We were fortunate, very fortunate, but I'm glad he's won something. Let's have a look at the Champions League. How did he get on in that? Because we struggled in that, didn't we? Well, he got past Atletico Madrid, which I was surprised about. I thought we were going to go out there. But he didn't even concede a goal, to be fair. He went away and beat them 2-0, despite having that shocking away record in the league phase. And unfortunately, we've just struggled against Inter, which is a bit disappointing. That's a team I thought we should beat. But Yeah, I'm happy that he's won something. So 2 seasons in a row he's won something. He won the Europa League first season, he's won the FA Cup second season, and we've got close to winning the Premier League. So we're moving in the right direction. We just need to see how we get on in the summer in terms of ins and outs, because we still need to try and improve on what's going on here. But I think there's no reason to sack him at the minute. He's picking up trophies. Let's keep him in the position and see how he gets on for another season. But for now, we'll be back with episode 5, season 5, and Ruud Van Nistelrooy still our head coach. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye for now.